The team arrives at the address the fugitive listed on his bail application.
Could be his kid. Kid's coming to the door. Someone on the couch.
Oh, we're looking for. He's not here? No. Where's he at? I don't know.
2 females.
In that situation, the first contact we had was with the kids. We're looking for Dad. We weren't getting any cooperation. Even if they knew, they weren't going to tell us. It wasn't going anywhere.
Does your uncle know where?
No.
No? Did he go back to Mexico or what?
No, I don't know.
You don't know. Well, you haven't seen or heard from him, okay? And he's trying to get your mom on the phone here?
Yeah.
Where's your mom working at now?
We kind of got lucky that Mom, who was wife and cosigner, shows up.
Have your mom call me when she gets home. Okay?
I think she just pulled up.
Yeah, that's my mom. Yeah.
The fugitive's wife insists that she does not know where her husband is living. Doug explains the gravity of her situation as a co-signer on the bail bond.
You bailed him out of jail, okay? You signed on the bail bond. You are responsible for him not being in jail.
And
One of the great things about Nevada is that defendant and co-signer sign a general power of attorney. So basically, at the time of forfeiture, to recoup the loss, the potential to take just about anything is there. I've seen people lose their houses, their cars, their businesses, just because they were trying to cover up and not, give up where the guy was.
I would suggest you start spending some time locating. All right? I don't think that if you keep looking for him, that you're not going to be able to find him. In fact, I think that you probably got a pretty good idea where he's at.
Doug informs the fugitive's wife that if she doesn't surrender the keys, he will call a tow truck.
You're not going to give up the keys? Fine.
Despite losing her car, the wife stays silent.
Well, it sucks that, apparently she's just not going to help us. She would rather, face losing her car and everything else than to put up with what might be coming from him if she did give up his location.
Hours later, a call comes in which points the bounty hunters to an apartment complex where the fugitive might be living. Rob worries that the fugitive's family will notify him before they get there.
Well, there was a lot of conversation between her and the kids back and forth. The kids, obviously it's their dad. They kind of don't want to give him up. Right now, we just have to race to the location of where the defendant is before he might get tipped off by the kids.
They arrive, but no one is home. The team reluctantly retreats for the night, hoping that the suspect hasn't already been tipped off to the hunt.
It's about 1 o'clock. Got a couple good leads on the one that we can pick back up in the morning, so we're just gonna get some sleep and start over tomorrow morning early.
Coming up, back in Sacramento, Leonard faces down a man with a haunting past.
The last time we had an encounter with him back in October, he got himself buried in a closet, 2 shotguns, loaded one of them, and a .40 caliber, fully loaded.
Yeah, go ahead.
While Rob continues to work the streets of Reno, Leonard has a case that he wants the whole team involved in back home.
This is a situation where we have to go out and pick up the girlfriend of a guy that was involved in burglarizing my office back in October. I'm concerned about it enough to wait for Rob and the other guys to all get together to where we can take the full team out there instead of just 1 or 2 people going out and knocking on the door.
At first light, the team in Reno makes another visit to the apartment complex. According to Doug, who is already standing by on scene, it appears the fugitive may be moving at this very moment.
We're headed back to the apartment. There is a Hispanic male with a pickup backed up to the front door, pretty much moving out as we speak. It's not now a case of where he's home in bed sleeping and we're gonna come get him after a hard night of gambling. It's, hey, you guys are coming, I'm gonna get the heck out of here. So yeah, is he prepared now to shoot it out or fight with us or whatever? Yeah, that's all going through your mind at that point.
Rob and Art rush in to assist Doug.
Wait, what's the last name?
What's your last name?
Turn around, honey. Stand on your knees. You're under arrest. Failed to appear in court.
Once inside the residence, Art realizes that they made it there just in time.
You think he was getting ready to go?
Oh, definitely. There's no furniture. He was boogieing.
The team finds what they believe to be stolen merchandise, along with an assortment of weapons, drugs, and paraphernalia.
It's a crack pipe, man. Smoking mess.
They're gonna bring units here because we can't secure all this crap anyway.
There's too much contraband for the bounty hunters to handle themselves. They call law enforcement.
Anytime a situation becomes a public safety issue, you know, we have to get law enforcement involved, notify them, and let them do their job on that part. Our basic job is just as simple as, you know, the guy signed a contract to go to court, he failed to appear, didn't go to court, and now we have to go pick him up and put him in jail. And that's all we're there for. We're not there to give him new cases, make a fresh arrest. I mean, we're not law enforcement. We're there to pick him up and take him to jail.
The police arrive and notify the bounty hunters that the fugitive is wanted for a far worse crime than they had been aware.
So we decided to go ahead and let the PD come secure this place and do whatever they wanted. When they get here, they advise us that he's the suspect in a shooting 5 days ago, that he's wanted on 5 more warrants out of other counties that we didn't know about, as well as the shooting that happened last week.
Rob is elated but also relieved that the arrest went down as well as it did.
It feels great to get somebody off the street that's like that. I mean, you know, PD is looking for him. This guy said he's been looking for him ever since the shooting. Obviously, he's dangerous, so he's now in custody. Yeah, but there again, it just goes to show that, you know, sometimes we don't know what we're grabbing at the same time. You know, we always got to be careful. Every single person can be a danger.
Before he leaves Reno, Rob has a chance to reflect on the week away from his former mentor. Rob spent 7 years in the 90s learning Leonard's approach.
Being away from Leonard is, you know, good and bad. I mean, when you're in the heat of the moment with Leonard and you're right on the guy's trail and you know, we're both doing things to resolve the situation, I mean, you know, yeah, that's great. I mean, there's nothing better than that. Being away from him is just a difference. You know, I'm on my own, I'm doing different things, and I'm just catching people the way I catch them. I know that I can accomplish great bounty hunting without having to work 24/7 like he does.
He learned a tremendous amount from the man known as the Godfather of Bail, but eventually he couldn't take Leonard's 24/7 mentality, and in 2002 broke ties with him completely.
When we were working together originally, I mean, he was putting me through the hoops, and I think that was good. I mean, he was seeing what kind of guy I was and pushing me to my limits, and, you know, there came a point where I was just like, I just want to be done. I want to do my own thing. I don't want to have somebody telling me every 5 minutes, you know, whether I can take a breath or not.
Their current relationship is marked by a new agreement that takes into account their very different work philosophies.
The new arrangement is probably going to be better for all of us involved. It gives Rob a lot of latitude, and the understanding is I have to say, okay, fine, if that's what he wants to be involved in, I have no problem with it.
But Leonard believes in time, Rob won't be able to deny his true calling and will begin making the same sacrifices he's made in his own career, including working around the clock.
Rob's going to go through a few years of dealing with bounty hunting as a job, dealing with bounty hunting as a, okay, I got to go do this with my family and all that. But he'll come around someday and say, I can get so much more done if I don't go to the, you know, the family function this Thanksgiving, or if I skip Christmas and catch a fugitive. Because the fugitives that you're looking for, the tough ones, they let their guard down during the holidays. And those are the things that are most important for a guy that says, yeah, family's important. I got to be there for Christmas. I got to be there for Thanksgiving. Well, it's the same thing for a fugitive. Family's important to a fugitive, too. So if the fugitive's at Christmas at his family's, you might want to give up your family and be at his family's.
Rob and Art rush back to Sacramento in time to assist Leonard with a press